And what's happening here is Bop is teaching Moon how to dance. Hello, my divergent darlings, it's Beck here. Today I thought we would do something a little bit different. I have here a bunch of fidget tools that I have used either over the years or more recently, and I thought we would review them. So first of all, what are fidget tools? Fidget tools or Stim tools or Stim toys are all things that we can kind of use to direct our stimming impulses. For me, I've spent a lot of my life masking, so stimming didn't always come naturally to me, especially when I was out in public. Because of that, I actually was more likely to get overstimulated more easily because I wasn't doing what my brain naturally likes to do to process the emotions and sensitivities that I'm feeling. I know for some people, fidgeting it's constant. They can't stop it. And there's a lot of people that fidget or stim that aren't just autistic. ADHD people stim really frequently. PTSD people find stimming to be helpful. But everybody stims differently and finds different things helpful. So I thought we would go over each one. I would kind of explain what I like or don't like about it. And yeah, hopefully you find something maybe you want to try out. So to start with, we have puddles here. This is just a little Squishmellow on a keychain. And what I really like about this one is it's a great texture stim. She's super duper soft, and when you're anxious, that can be kind of just nice to feel that sensation. So I tend to, do this a lot. Or she's also squishy, so it's like a good squeeze. And she's cute, so she's a little accessory on top of it. Nobody would look at that and think of it as a stim tool. So if you're a little bit more self-conscious about that, if you're not, quite as comfortable with the public knowing that you're using a specific stim tool, this is a good option. So the next one are these magnetic rings. And okay, I have to be totally honest with you, I hate these. So I am somebody that doesn't like very involved stim tools. Like, I like ones that I can do totally thoughtlessly. I don't even have to think about them or engage with them in any kind of real way. And I am not super coordinated. So these don't work very well for me as a mindless fidget. I mean, the sensation of using them can be nice, but for me, these are very involved. These are not something that comes naturally to me. However, my boyfriend is really good at these. I guess he's just more coordinated than I am because he can move these around really easily. Another issue that I sort of have with these is I just feel like I would lose these. Like they all three come apart and they're just these little rings, and I just, knowing me, as somebody with ADHD, I feel like I would not be able to keep these for a long time. So the next thing that I have is clay, and I'm going to put in the description bar a better option than this. I actually forgot to go out and get like proper stimming clay, which there are like better options for it. So all I had here was modeling clay, which is good for somebody that has a lot of grip strength. I don't, so this is super hard for me to work. But the nice thing about these types of stim tools is just how moldable they are. For some people, like this twist motion can be super satisfying. Now, again, I'm having issues with it like breaking off, and that's a huge stimulation issue for me. For people that like that, that pulling and that ripping movement, it's a good choice. Next up is Old Faithful, the classic, a stress ball. These have been fidget tools that have been used since before we were calling them fidget tools. This is something that pretty much everybody uses or has heard of or has in their junk drawer. Maybe not this specific one, but a stress ball of some kind. This one I like for a couple of reasons. First of all, how is that not the most satisfying thing you've ever seen? Like, that is just, it's beautiful. I like it because it is both mindless and mindful. And what I mean by that is you don't have to focus on it at all. Like, you can just squeeze and feel that like sensation, and it does produce a really interesting sensation because when you squeeze it, you feel the like, I guess the silicone or whatever going in between the net, and that produces a really nice, like, satisfying feeling on your hands. But so you can do that totally mindlessly. But also, if you are in a situation where you're starting to get really anxious and you need something to ground you, you need something to kind of bring you back into reality and maybe distract you from the anxiety loop that you're going into, when you squeeze these and it goes through the net, it can be really fun to like push them back in and kind of watch them like pop out somewhere else. I know that sounds silly. Oh, I ripped it! I ripped it! Oh well, that's fine. This one is very old, so I guess just don't be too mean to them. But to be fair, this one lasted us almost, I think, a year. Yeah. This is very old, so don't let that discourage you. But what I was saying was that these, you can engage with these to kind of distract your brain and bring yourself back to keep you from spiraling when you're anxious. So it's both mindless and mindful, and that's what I like about this. I can't believe I broke it. That's so tragic. Look how gross that looks. Okay, Fidget Cube is up next. I think a lot of people have seen these before. They're pretty common. They do a lot of different things. They offer a lot of different options for fidgets. We've got our little, I love this one. This is very mindless, which I appreciate. We got our joystick. We've got these things that you can flick, and this like cursor ball, like on a mouse kind of, and it also clicks, which is nice. Got this, which originally I think was supposed to be like a bubble wrap-esque feeling, but I kind of think that the newer ones have moved away from that because they realized it wasn't really working. So I think now they're just like more buttons. And then this thing that twists, and finally, to make sure I got everything, finally the worry stone sort of thumb indent for you to just kind of, I hate this. I don't know why they have it, but maybe it works from somebody. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the Fidget Cube. It offers a lot of very satisfying things that you can do, like these button pops are great. This is, I mean, I like all of these individually, but first of all, they're loud, which means that this is not a very discreet fidget, which some people don't like. If you're not somebody that cares about that, then it's a great option, but if you're at, like, in a classroom setting or at work, you might not love these as an option, just because the only ones that are really quiet is pretty much just this one and kind of the joystick. But yeah, it's not a quiet fidget. And also, again, this is one of those fidgets that for me feels involved. Like, I don't ever reach for a Fidget Cube thoughtlessly. I carried around a Fidget Cube in my purse for a really long time, and I found I just wasn't using it, which actually put me off fidget toys as like a concept for a while, because I thought that meant that I didn't like fidgets, but really I just hadn't found the right one. I don't want to discourage people from trying a Fidget Cube, but if you're somebody like me who really likes something very one-dimensional, I guess, you might find this one to be a little too much. All right, and last but not least, if you know me from TikTok, you already know what this is because it is my absolute favorite of all Stim tools. This is a Tangle. This is what I grab for pretty much every time. I love this thing. What I like so much about it is it's just that right amount of mindlessness that I appreciate, you know? It fits in my purse, I can pull it out, it's quiet, it doesn't bring a whole lot of attention to you when you're using it, but I guess just the movements involved with it are very intuitive to me, and I find it really satisfying. So if I need to focus, I tend to play with it exactly the way you see me using it right now. I kind of roll it between my fingers and it inverts on itself in this satisfying loop. And it comes apart. So you can kind of see on the inside, you can make them bigger or smaller. But the way that these joints are made, it feels really nice when you're looping it in on itself. It just has the right amount of tension that produces like a really satisfying feeling. Got it! Or if I am feeling a lot of emotion, and it's not just anxiety, I really like these when I get super happy too, because sometimes I get a little overwhelmed with excitement. This is such a great, like, happy movement. I don't know how else to describe it, but this is something that I will do to kind of, like, handle when I'm really happy or excited about something. And this is a huge emotional regulator for me. I don't know what it is, I don't know why, but out of everything I've ever used, these were what turned me back on to using Stim tools. Like, these were what taught me that they could be helpful. So yeah, I really love these. They're my favorite things ever. And the one that I'm using here is called the Tangle Relax. There are tons of different kinds. They have kinds that light up. They have kinds with cute little animals on them, like little toys on them. This is another version. This is called their Tangle Therapy. And this one is a lot larger, so it's good for people with bigger grips too, you know, bigger hands, or people that have joint or mobility issues. This one's a lot easier to play with and maneuver for those people. So yeah, I really can't recommend these enough. I like them a lot. And of everything here, these are the ones that I would give a 10 out of 10 would recommend. So yeah, that's what I got for you for today. If you have any other fidget toys you would like to see me review in the future, please let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know anything else you want me to talk about. This channel is currently nothing but potential, so I am interested to hear in what you guys want to hear about. I'm going to have links for everything that I played with today in my description box, but if you are interested in either specifically the Tangle Therapy or the Tangle Relax, I actually have a coupon code for these. I like Tangle so much that I reached out to them and asked them if they wanted to work with me, and they said yes, so that was pretty cool. So if you use the coupon code Beck Spectrum for either the Therapy or the Relax, you get 10% off your order, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, I hope this was helpful to you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Update. I took it out of this and I still like it. So if you're somebody that just needs something to goosh, I guess, and you don't like the texture of the net, I guess, you can just pop that baby right off. This is still fun.